2024 Chinese Grand Prix predictions. We're back in Shanghai. It's been like 5 years. Zhou Guanyu hasn't even raced here yet. He's finally getting to race on his home circuit, his home Grand Prix. You know, we got some rookies still. Well, not some rookies, but people haven't raced here at all. Like, besides that, like Logan, Oscar, Lando's even only raced here once. So, let's get to cooking. I've been going for like a week and some change. My bad. Hit the gym. It's been cold. UFC. I was busy. I was a little bit busy, alright? But let's swiftly move into our predictions here. Now, straight up, we got pole position as per usual, and I think it's a Charles clear. I think it's a Charles slamming. I think it's gonna be probably close, because why wouldn't it be? But I'm feeling actually really confident about this. This is the most confident non-max prediction I've had. I would be surprised if one of the Ferraris, I assume, is gonna pole position, but give it to Charles. I reckon it's Charles. But that's not all. Before we can get into the meat and potatoes, as this is a sprint race weekend, so I've got Charles for that too. I've got Charles coming in as the sprint race winner and pole position. That makes sense. Maybe it's a bit of a spoiler for my predictions where I think Ferrari is going to do on this circuit, but this is like 4 corners and 3 gargantuan straights or something like that. It's kind of really hilarious, but let's get into the main shiest. Alright, now if you're new here, then let's go through it real quick. We've got DNF. Goob noobs, you know, maybe a bit of a bad job in the race, or maybe the team did a bad job, you know, not predicting something good out of them. Then we got Shiest Drive, the opposite, it's a Shiest Drive. Then we got the top 10, second and third, and race winner. Easy stuff. Now, I've been known for my crazy DNF predictions. I go for them kind of very frequently. But Big Dad Uncle Gax, he's actually got none for today. DNF is going to be clear. I will give an honorable mention, as Logan Sargent has not raced here. And I've seen a lot of people predicting and saying that it might be a bit hectic on a few of these sectors. So maybe Logan Sargent DNFs, but I expect Williams to play it very, very safe. Like, as safe as they possibly can and can get away with at least. So I hope not, and come on. But into Goob Noobs, I'm predicting Aston Martin. I don't expect Aston Martin to have a good race here. I think they might not even be the 5th fastest car on this track. And again, it's mainly because of these big straights, man. You know, they might do good in quali, maybe. But if a certain small team that have made a comeback out of nowhere out-qualifies these Aston drivers, I think they're gonna have their work like cut out for them. Like, I dare say it. Shiest Drive. Okay. Boom, Haas. As you could have guessed, I think this is gonna be an amazing race for Haas. They've got that low kind of downforce, high top speed setup. They're like the Williams of last year in a lot of ways. These straights, man, they're gonna be so hard to pass. I think they're gonna have a really good race here. And Hulkenberg and K-Mag, they've been cooking. They've been showing their talents. I'm proud of K-Mag. Because last year was a lot of questioning about him. Like, is he really that guy? He's serving up. He's serving. And obviously Hulkenberg is doing great. Furthermore, K-Mag is receiving upgrades for this race. Only K-Mag. Last year we did see some upgrades here and there for Haas, but they kind of backfired. That's why they were having only on one car, and they were going back to old specs. Kind of like what Aston did, same thing. So we'll see if maybe the upgrade will work, but regardless, even if the car's as good as it has been, I'm still expecting good results from the Haas team here. And some honorable mentions in the Shiest Drive. Joe, I can't see Joe ever getting points. I'm not even sure if he'll get top 12, but I want him to have a good race so bad, being his home Grand Prix and everything. And I feel like he can. I don't think it's out of this world. It will be tough because he's never raced here, but I can see it. And same for, well, not same, but Yuki Tsunoda. I don't see him getting points here either, but I feel like he will probably finish as good as he possibly can. That being said, I did see that Matt Gallagher gave him his biggest flop for this race, and that normally is a death sentence for any driver. So, you know, Yuki Tsunoda, he's in my heart right now. Let's move into it. Top 10. Now, another team that I think is going to have a bit of a shocker when it comes to the Chinese Grand Prix, and I feel like everyone's kind of in agreement with this, is McLaren. I had Piastri at 10th. The car's just not going to be good on this track. It's probably the worst track for the McLaren, for the MCL 38. That's honestly all I have to say. I have nothing against Piastri, although it is his first time racing here. But, you know, and it might be tough too, because he's only getting one practice session because of the sprint race weekend. So Piastri might not actually score points. Maybe we'll see someone else in this 10th position. But, you know, yeah, maybe we'll see like an Alonso here. Spoilers, he's not. I don't have him in my top 10. None of the Astons are in the top 10 if you look at the Goob Nooms. That's what it means. I don't have any faith in the Aston for this track. Similar thing to the McLaren. The Aston's just not good in other areas, like the McLaren is anyway. It's just very middling. It's giving the Sauber team of the top 5. Next, 9th, I've got Hulkenberg. I actually considered putting him a bit higher, which is kind of crazy, and I wouldn't actually be surprised if he got like an 8th or 7th. But 9th seems fair enough, and the only reason he's not higher, because I do think the Haas is going to be very good here, and I think Hulk's going to be very good here, is I think Lando will just have like a bit of a defensive masterclass. I'm not sure how much it'll matter, to be honest. I really think the Haas might actually just be they might outclass the McLaren just a bit too much. I'm not actually convinced that Lando can actually beat Hulkenberg in the race. He should. I feel like he should. He's got that dog in him. He's very talented. He's gonna cook up. We might see a 10th, 9th out of the McLarens though. But I have Lando in 8th and Hulk in 7th. Not 7th. In 9th. In 7th, I do have Sir Kevin Magnussen. He's getting the upgrade. I prophesize the upgrades as being quite good. I just have a lot of faith in Komatsu. I have a lot of faith in him. And I think this is probably going to be their best track this year. I could actually see that K-Mag or Hulk, one of the Haas, actually getting a bit higher. It wouldn't actually surprise me. Then again, if they get a bit lower, yeah, whatever. You know, it's a Haas. You can just blow it off. If I'm wrong and they get a bit lower, or, you know, not even the point, it's like, yeah, it's a Haas. You know, maybe it was a bit crazy. But I do feel like the Haas is going to be quite strong here, and this seems fair enough. A 9th and a 7th coming out. I think it's a good result. Great for the constructors, and I don't think it's outrageous. Next up, we got some double stacks here. We got Lewis and George Russell. I don't actually have a whole bunch to say about these two. Then I think this makes sense. I think they'll be better than Haas and McLaren and Aston. By too big of a margin. I think Lewis will have a good race here. George, he's been a very competent driver besides the one crash. You know, it's George Russell. What are you going to do? If Carlos Sainz wins, George has to crash. It's like, you have to, it's water under the bridge. Who cares? It's fine. But I think it's double stack. Not too much to say. The Mercedes, it just makes sense. I don't actually, yeah, let's just move on. Next up, this will be 4th position for Sergio Perez. Again, this just makes sense to me. This is kind of this is a very by the numbers, I feel like, prediction. I have nothing here that's too crazy, unless you want to say the Haas prediction is crazy, but I think if you look at what the Haas is good at, I don't think it's too wild. But Perez, maybe if, you know, Max DNFs again, maybe he'll break into that podium, but I think he'll do good in qualifying. I suspect it'll be another good race for Perez, sadly. You know, I don't really want him to have good races, but, you know, if he's proving that he deserves the seat, that's fair enough. But Perez, 4th. Moving into the podium, though, where we can get closer and closer to my race winner predictions. I'm having Max Verstappen at 3rd. Again, it's Max. He's not going to do bad. I actually just think the Ferrari is going to be very, very, very competitive on this track. Maybe I'm giving it a bit too much credit. We did just see Red Bull put in some upgrades as well. It might be a bit too much for the Ferrari to actually compete with the Red Bull, but it shouldn't be, right? The Ferrari's always good in that straight line, but now they're even more competent in the corners. I feel like this should be a very, very close race for Ferrari, at least, at absolute minimum. But I'm predicting they get the win here. And my race winner, you know, Carlos Sainz in 2nd. So you can guess who's 1st. But Carlos Sainz, impeccable form. Ferrari, great on the track. I don't really have too much to say here, man. I think it's just gonna be a great race for the Tifosi. They're gonna be loving it. And Charles Leclerc is my race winner. So I'm predicting pole position, sprint race winner, and race winner. I'm predicting the 3. Will he get fastest lap? Will it be a Grand Slam? Will he get all of these things? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see though. But this makes a lot of sense to me. I think it's about time Leclerc gets a win as well. It's been, boy, he hasn't gonna win since like mid 2022, something like that. It's been a while. It's been a very, very long time. The Ferrari's gonna be very competent here. Leclerc, obviously a fantastic driver. And I think he's a wee bit sick of Carlos getting all the light. You know, Carlos has a few good races and people start down the kid. But Leclerc is that guy. And that's all I really have for you guys today. Some reasonable predictions. But let's speedrun it. Let's do a quick little recap. Goob Noobs, I've got the entirety Aston Martin. Shice Drive, we've got Yuki, Joe, hopefully. And Haas, top 10, we've got Piastri, 10th. Hulkenberg, 9th. Lando, 8th. K-Mag in 7th. Hamilton in 6th. Russell in 5th. Perez 4th. Then the podium, we got Max, Carlos, and Leclerc, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, respectively. That's how I'm feeling for this little recap here on the Shanghai Grand Prix. Now, that's it. That's all my time here for today. You know, we got the 5-pen gif in the background. You know, Dad will come back. You'll see a bit more, see some more uploads coming in kind of soon. I got some in the notes app. Don't worry. But thanks for spending your time here with me. Like and subscribe if you care. You know, if you care. You know, it's cool if you don't. It's cool if you don't. But you know, hopefully this race weekend will be interesting. Praying for Ferrari and praying for Haas too. Haas double points would be revolutionary. Be beautiful. And I will see you guys in the next one, and hopefully it'll be soon. Peace and love, Vilgax Cash Money. Oh, check out the description, by the way. You know, Vilgax Cash Money is all my socials. Weeksy.ult for the beat in the background. All love. Later.